Okay, so let me begin today's stream. Let me just change the title. Okay, so today's stream is going to be a bit different from the previous streams. Today I'm not going to be developing. Today I'm going to take a look at the... Wait a second. Guess I need to disable this. Yeah. Today I'm going to take a look at the player behavior, the player metric data which I collected in the last week. So maybe you remember in one of the last patches, in case you noticed, oops, it's not right side. In one of the previous patches, I added some simple player metric tracking, which is basically, was it here? Which is basically just the tracking of some events which occur in a player's game. And the way it works, for example, when a player ship gets destroyed, the game sends a message to a server, to one of my servers, and the server will record this message, and it will, accumulate all the data which the players generate. And then I can download the data, and then I can analyze it. And this is what we are going to do today. So I haven't really had a very good look at the data so far. So I'm keeping all the excitement for this stream, I guess. So before we begin, let me just give you a brief overview of the type of data which I collected. And basically, right now, there are 6 different messages which are sent from the game. And the first message is game start. Game start is basically a message which is sent whenever the game is started, as the name implies. So it allows me to get a broad impression of how often people play the game, and if they play it again, or if they get frustrated or whatever and never play it again. This is one. And the next is start exploration, which is called whenever the exploration mode is started and a new galaxy is created. Exploration 1 is sent when the exploration mode is 1, obviously. Lost if it is lost. Player destroyed is sent when the player ship is destroyed, and to let me analyze how the player ship got destroyed, which might be very fun in the future. And finally, exploration mission, which is a message which is sent whenever a new mission in the exploration mode is started. And this is probably going to be the most exciting one, because it will allow us to analyze the player progression within the exploration mode. Hi, Battlefleet Engineer, nice to have you here. So I know how hard it is to get viewers excited for coding streams, so I'm going to take a lot of chances by doing this pure statistics stream. So, in case you're not familiar with this, the tool I'm using is R, which is a free statistics and mathematics toolkit. And the program here is RStudio, which is a very simple graphical user interface for R. And so basically you have like a text file or a script file in this part. You have a console to R here in the bottom. You have an environment or history view in the top right. And you have a multi-purpose output here in the bottom right. Okay, So I've already prepared this a bit in that I wrote this line which imports the data. I should say that I have prepared the data a bit. So the original data looks like this. So it's basically a file where each of these messages is appended, and it's a huge mess, obviously. So in the first step, I add line numbers to each line, and I separate them based on the type of content we have here. So if it is a game start message or start exploration message, and so on. This is all done in this make file, so it's pretty straightforward using some Linux commands. And I guess I'm not really going to go into this because it's sort of boring. Okay, so let's begin with some simple stuff. So, how often has the game been started, and by whom has the game been started, and so on. Okay. So this message basically contains the date on which the game was started, the version of the game, the player ID, which is a random number generated by the game, and this message. So this is pretty straightforward. So I guess the best thing I can do is analyze the date. So let's make a simple bar plot. Whoops. Has to be a vector or matrix. I guess we can make a table instead. Okay. What am I missing? I guess like this here. Yeah, okay. Bar plot and like this. Okay. Okay, nice. So I guess this is the first graph which we have. It shows how many people have started the game. And this was the day when I introduced this patch, so obviously there are not very many players here. Then we have like 250 players on the 4th of February, then about 200, 150, and so on. Okay, so I guess we have a bit of a player base which we can work with, which is nice. So I guess in total we have around 1,000 games started. Yeah, I guess this is plenty to analyze some stuff. Next, let's do the same for the version number. We can figure out there was one update since then. This is weird. Okay. So we have. Okay, I guess we had Alpha 4.2. Okay, this is actually myself playing. So I had this as an internal version number, and this is the times I've played the game. Okay, so it's like 700 times for the Alpha 3.2 and like 200 ones for Alpha 7.2. How many unique player ideas? Okay. Let's find out. Is there something like this in R? I'm not sure. Extract unique elements. Okay, sounds good. Data frame, I like X. Okay. Okay, so first of all, so 950 is total number of games started. And I guess unique game start not PID. Okay. Okay, so we have 268 unique players. I should add that this stat tracking is completely optional. It's enabled by default, but the player can disable it in the settings menu, and he can also just disable it by, using a firewall or whatever. Okay, we have 260 players so far. Okay, nice. So just make this nice and sweet. So in case you haven't used this type of document, this is actually a knitr document, KNITR, and what this is a mix of a tech document and an R document. So basically we can write basic tech code, which is like this stuff over here, and you can have embedded blocks of R code. And what it will do is it will execute this R code and insert like the graphs it produces into a nice document. And I think it's really a great tool because it's very, very fast and very easy to create like huge statistical documents and analysis, whatever. Okay, so what should we do next? Okay, so next let's have a look at the start exploration command. To find out how many explorations have been started, what difficulty are players playing on, and what types of ships are they using, and so on. Okay, so first let's copy this. Next I need to, this is start exploration. Next I need to figure out the names of the columns of this table. So let me just go back here to, I guess it is in game state exploration, I guess. Exploration 1, exploration lost, exploration mission. It's not here. It must be in game state exploration intro, I guess. Yes, okay. So basically this is the command I've written to track this sort of stuff. The first is obviously just the name of the stuff, and the rest are just random variables which are then concatenated. I can show you the function. As you can see, it is just a var_arg function like this, and basically it takes any number of objects, it converts these objects to strings and appends them using these colons. And that's pretty much all the tracking that I do. So start exploration is the message, and then we have these guys. So next is ship name, then we have the bonus package which was selected, okay, then we have the difficulty which was selected. Okay, sounds reasonable. Let's try it. It's complaining because I have more columns than column names. Okay, so let's see. So we have these, and 1, 2, 3. Actually looks correct. What am I missing? Wait, ship name 1, 2, 3. Okay, I guess I am missing something. What did I miss? Bonus size difficulty. Okay, I missed the size. Okay. Bonus size difficulty. Okay. So first, how big is it? 531. Okay, so 500 explorations have been started in the last few days, which is great. And where should we begin? Okay, so first of all, let's have a look at the difficulty. Table, start exploration, difficulty. Okay. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So let's make like a pie chart for this. Whoops, not like this, like this. This is actually very interesting. I would not have expected this. So almost half of the players are playing on an easy difficulty. Almost the other half is playing on normal difficulty. And this is the hard difficulty, and this is the impossible difficulty. Wow. Wow. To be honest, after hearing so many complaints about how the game was too easy and how the AI was too bad, I was like expecting everyone to play on impossible, but actually they are not. Most players are playing on easy or normal. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Let me make the colors somewhat nicer. I can do that later on. This isn't so important now. I guess I can make it now. Okay, so first let's make it like green is the easy one. Then we have yellow for the normal one, and we have orange for the hard one, and we have red for the impossible one. Yeah, nice. I guess that's more intuitive way. Okay, next. What size are people playing on? Okay, 0, 1, 2, and 3. I guess I think 1 is the normal size. This is like the small size, this is the big size, and this is the huge size. Okay. So okay, so let's make a graph of it again. So like about half of the people are playing on the normal galaxy size, and about I guess a third of the people are playing on the large size. Very interesting, very interesting. I guess I can label this a bit better. How does it work? Labels, okay. Okay, so you would prefer to have a non-permadeath exploration mode. Is it not? I guess at the moment it is not permadeath. I mean, your save file is not deleted when you get destroyed. I mean, this is what I did a few patches ago. I mean, it used to be permadeath at some point, but after some accidents occurred, and basically I don't want to be responsible for players losing their progress, I disabled permadeath for now. So you will still get thrown back to the main menu, but you can reload the save game before you get destroyed. At least I think so. So please correct me if I'm wrong about that, because then I need to fix it. Okay, so let's add labels here. Easy, normal, hard, impossible. I guess I'll put like a small summary of the results I find here on the blog tomorrow or at some point. Okay, so next, what bonus pack are people using? So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I guess I need to look up what these are. Size string, bony disk. Okay, it's in the localization stuff. Okay, so a futility, weapons, defense, and energy. Okay, so let's do it like this. Bonus. So utility, weapons, defense, energy, and drive. Okay. So let's make it big so that you can see it better. I guess you're right, Battlefield Engineer. I should add a, let me put that on my to-do list. Yeah. Okay, so. Okay. So about a third of the people are going for the utility, which is quite surprising actually. I always assumed like everyone was using the weapons or the energy. Personally, I think that the energy one is pretty strong. Okay, nice. So next we had difficulty size bonus. So finally, let's have a look at the name the name of the ship the players have chosen. This is probably going to be a very long table because you're not restricted to using a ship which is which is a default ship, but you can use your own ships from the hangar. And yeah, it's a pretty long list actually. How should I best output it? Okay, let's make it like this. So some of these have names which I should clearly, which are not PD13, I guess. How do I do it? So it's a table. Okay. Okay, yeah, that works actually. Okay, so we have the alpha ship, which is the one focused on speed, is selected 240 times. The beta ship, which is, I think, the weapon ship, is chosen 130 times. gamma 90 times, delta 6 times, new ship 14 times. So I guess new ship is when a player created his own ship but didn't bother to rename it, which is fine, of course. Okay, let's make the graph bit. Does this work? Yeah, it works. So let's make it horizontal. Okay, nice. Done. Yeah, personally I think R is pretty good. I mean, I do a lot of statistical analysis on my main job, and pretty much all the analysis methods and diagrams and stuff which I need is provided by R, and it's free, it's open source. There are literally thousands of packages which you can use to extend its functionality, and personally I think it's awesome. And what I can also show you, if I click here on compile PDF, it will just create this document where I have all the code which I have all the code which is executed. I have all these diagrams. It's all laid out neatly. I can just print it if I like to, and if I want, I can just suppress this output and make it like a really nice publishable paper just by doing this. And yeah, so I can really recommend it, both for small analysis stuff like the stuff I'm doing right now, but also for really big statistical, econometric, whatever tasks. Okay, so now we have the exploration start covered. So again, I think the most surprising result is that most people are playing on easy or normal, and hardly anyone is playing on the harder difficulty modes, which is interesting. It's really interesting. And I mean, in a way, it also shows why it's so important to do this type of analysis, because I guess the most dedicated player base will probably play on these harder difficulty modes, and will also be very good at the game, of course, and is also more likely to, participate in the discussions in the discussion boards and so on. So I guess if you only have a look at what these people say, it's a bit of a skewed view towards things like difficulty. Okay, interesting. So let's move on. Okay, so we can move on either by looking at the explorations won and lost, or we can look at the missions started, or we can look at the players which get destroyed. Okay, let's do that first. That sounds fun. So let's make a new section, player deaths, and I'm not quite sure if it will work already, because I had a bug in that the deaths in the exploration mode were not recorded. So I'm not entirely sure if that is fixed now. Wait, let me see this first. Yes, it is fixed now. Okay. At least I think so. Or it is not. I mean, it's a bit strange that this line only has 30 entries. I guess it's not either people do not die, or there is a bug. I'm guessing it's a bug. If it is not, this guy was killed by a boss. These guys were killed by AI ships. This guy was killed by one of the boxes in the test level. This guy was killed by an interceptor. This guy was killed by an asteroid. I guess I'll just add the output because it's fun. So this is player destroyed. Player destroyed cause. Okay, so I guess I need to improve the output for this one because it's not very useful right now. So let's do it like this. Plot. Yeah, this is clearly not correct so far. So according to this, 8 people were destroyed by asteroids, 2 people were destroyed by a boss, 2 people were destroyed by the dummy boxes in the test level, and 2 people were destroyed by the stations, and 2 people were destroyed by something that does not show up for some reason. Yeah. Maybe it's not so bad. Yeah, I guess I do not have enough enough data to really make this show up correctly because, for example, all these AI ships have different names. So if I restrict it to causes with more than one occurrence, then I will not have enough. So a few guys have been destroyed by interceptors. One guy has been destroyed by a fireworks shot, which is not really correct because this is obviously also fired by some other ship. And actually quite a few guys have been destroyed by AI ships. So about 8 or 9. Okay, so I guess to make this into like a meaningful graph, I have to gather more data, and I will do this, of course. I mean, the tracking isn't going away, and it can just do this analysis again when I have more data. Epic box death, yeah. Hello, Mr. Hop. Nice to have you here. Okay, so so player death have been covered. Next, let's look at explorations won, explorations lost, and finally, and this will be the most difficult part, we'll look at the exploration missions. Let's see what I've been doing here. So this was here. And okay, so exploration 1, the variable which I am submitting is the number of stars which the player visited before he has won the exploration. Okay, so basically we can get an impression for how long it took the player to complete the exploration. Okay. Let's call it length. Exploration 1. Okay, so first of all, how many explorations were won actually? 47. Okay. Okay. So it's a lot less than the number of explorations started. I think we had like, no, this is not one. Where was it? Here. So we had 530 explorations started and about 50 completed. So I guess either the players, most of them have not, completed it yet, or they have failed, or they have, taken a break from doing it. Okay, so now it gets interesting. How long did it take people to win the exploration? Okay, so exploration 1, length. Okay, so let's make it a bit more pretty, and let's look at it. So this is a histogram. So in case you need to freshen up your statistics course, basically every box corresponds to a certain class of observations. So these are, for example, observations where people took between 30 and 40 stars to finish the game. And this is the number, and the height is the number of occurrences. So basically, 5 people managed it in between 0 and 10 stars. And about 14 people managed to do it in 10 to 20 stars. And wow, few people were really committed, and this one guy actually, took 70 to 80 stars to finish it, which is wow. It's really, that's a lot of commitment, I gotta say. So hats off to you if you're watching the stream. So very interesting, very interesting. So I guess the average duration is about 30 to 40 stars. Okay, so I guess next I should differentiate this by the difficulty of the player. The player is chosen, but unfortunately it's not so easy because I need to join this data from the other file. So I guess this is something which I will do off stream later on. But for now, this is sort of the impression of the length of the exploration node. Okay. Hello, doesn't it? Nice to see you. So, next, let's do the same for people who have lost the game. So we have exploration lost. What? Ah, wrong key. What? Okay, exploration lost. Wow. Wow, actually 90 people have lost the exploration. Wow. This is sort of unexpected, to be honest. So twice as many people have lost the exploration mode than they have won it. Wow. Wow, okay. So let's see when they lost it. Okay. So, okay. So the people who have lost it, most of them have lost it right away. So within the first 5 sectors, right at the beginning. And, okay. So there are still some people who lose later on. but actually much less people than right at the beginning. You're right, Battlefield Engineer. At the moment, there's no real reward for clearing the exploration mode, but it's actually something I will work on soon. So the progression system which I will add to the game is pretty much next on my to-do list. There is a finish. Yeah, there's a finish. There's like a little, yellow star. And if you reach that star and clear that sector, then you have like officially run the exploration mode. So you do not really need to clear every star. But I think I do not really make this very clear in my documentation and help screen. Okay, so now we come to the final part, which will probably be the most interesting part, because now we'll have a detailed look at the exploration progression. Yeah. So basically, what I'm interested in is to see how fast and how strong players progress and become more powerful, and do people become too powerful too early on, or do they have difficulty progressing? And according to this data, I will, in the long run, adapt the difficulty of the game. I guess I can briefly give you a glimpse at the code for how I do it at the moment. So basically, this is the code where the galaxy is created, and where is it? Difficulty is, wait a second. Yeah, okay. So basically the way it works is the following. Each star gets a difficulty rating assigned to it, and this difficulty rating is basically just like a base strength plus like a differential multiplied with the distance from the start of the game. So basically this D is 0 for the star which you start on, and it is like 1 for the star which is most distant from the player's starting point. And the enemy strength, and this increment is, I think,